Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 19th Annual Discovery Awards in support of the Discovery Center. Thank you for tuning in to help us celebrate Nova Scotia's science and technology excellence. By now, you should have received a delivery with everything you need to celebrate this evening, including supplies to test your scientific knowledge and take part in the famous Discovery Demo later this evening. Get ready, it's a crowd favorite of the Discovery Awards. We encourage you to use the chat feature throughout the evening to engage with attendees and get social. Start by letting us know in the chat where you're joining from. Also, follow along this evening by browsing award information and bios on the event platform or in your printed program. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people, and we acknowledge them as the past, present, and future caretakers of this land. We also recognize the contributions of the African Nova Scotian community who have shared these lands for over 400 years. I'm Kayla Mitchell, and it is my pleasure to host the Discovery Awards once again. Thank you to the Discovery Center for having me. As meteorologist with CTV, science and technology have been a major part of my life, and I'm thrilled to be in the virtual presence of such amazing talent and ambition. A sincere congratulations to this year's finalists and award recipients. We hope you are surrounded by family, friends, or colleagues tonight. It is now my pleasure to welcome and introduce our new Premier of Nova Scotia, the Honorable Tim Houston, to the Discovery Awards.
Thank you for the introduction, Kaylin. It's a pleasure to be here at the Discovery Awards in its 19th year. Nova Scotia is rich in educational excellence. At its heart has been the Discovery Center, which has been providing hands-on STEAM education in our province for more than 35 years. Our government supports Discovery Center programs through partnerships with the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development and the Department of Communities, Culture, Tourism, and Heritage. Our youth need opportunities to explore science and technology, and the Discovery Awards are an important reminder of the incredible science and technology sectors we have right here in Nova Scotia. Tonight, we pause to recognize and celebrate the achievements of Nova Scotian excellence. I'd like to congratulate all the nominees and the recipients of tonight's Discovery Awards.
Thank you, Premier Houston, for joining us this evening, and thank you for your leadership in making Nova Scotia a healthier province, and for your support of our work at Discovery Center. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dov Berkovicki, and I'm the President and CEO of the Discovery Center. Here we are, back for another virtual celebration of science, technology, and innovation at a time when science has been at the forefront in our province and the world. Whether it's your first time joining us or your 19th time, welcome to an evening of true inspiration and discovery. I would also like to thank you for your support this evening. Proceeds from the Discovery Awards go towards creating impressionable, hands-on, and engaging curriculum-based programs for youth across the province. We couldn't do it without your support. It's been another phenomenal year of growth and innovation at the Discovery Center. Extending beyond our region this year, we became a national leader in climate change, leading 30 science centers across Canada to create educational programming that enables youth to take climate action and make change. This movement has been coined Gen Action. Along with national leaders in our sector, our goal is to reach 200,000 youth with accessible Gen Action programs that contribute to Canada's goal of net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. We are also making waves on an international level right now by designing and operating science centers around the world with a unique model that enables our partners to run sustainable, high-impact science centers with minimal public funding. Science truly builds a global village and brings us all together. I'm proud of the Discovery Center's ability to constantly innovate, reaching new audiences and tackling issues beyond our borders. I'm also excited to be celebrating so many trailblazers in 6 categories tonight, who are also making waves across Nova Scotia and internationally. It is now my pleasure to introduce a very special guest, Dr. Robert Strang, to our virtual Discovery Awards. I met Dr. Strang before he became a household name through our collective public health collaborations. I'm thankful for his leadership and to have him join us at this year's award show. I'd be shocked if you didn't know by now that Dr. Strang is the Chief Medical Officer for the province of Nova Scotia. And I should also add, a tie styling icon. We are proud to call him a friend and champion of the Discovery Centre. Welcome to tonight's celebration, Dr. Strang.
Thank you for the introduction, Dov. I certainly had a tough time choosing a tie for tonight's special occasion, but then I realized I had the perfect science tie. Truly, it was an honor to be asked by the Discovery Centre team to take part in this year's Discovery Awards. I'm proud to have the Discovery Centre in the heart of our province. It's a special place for youth to realize their passions for a career in STEAM in a non-traditional and educational format. You can see the joy their facilities, programs, and staff bring to the faces of the people they touch. Someday, one of those youth will also be a future Discovery Award recipient. A few years ago, Public Health had the opportunity to partner with the Discovery Centre on a program called Why Immunize. The initiative was born to help provide education on immunizations like the annual flu vaccine and MMR vaccine, delivering engaging and educational resources for all groups. But as it turns out, Why Immunize was there during the rollout of COVID-19 vaccinations in our province, with resources that helped curb some of the hesitancy and helped educators explain vaccine importance within their classrooms. Thank you, Discovery Centre, for being a hub that allows our province to discover the wonders and curiosities of STEAM, and for your work on making education accessible and fun. Tonight, I'm here in a very different but still extremely important capacity. In a year of many ups and downs, I'm grateful to have this opportunity to celebrate the incredible finalists and recipients being honored tonight, many of whom are my colleagues. We have strong and innovative science and technology communities here in Nova Scotia. I'm proud to see our province regarded as a leader on both a national and international level. Much of the recognition is because of our scientists, educators, innovators, and researchers who dedicate countless hours of time and energy to improving school systems, healthcare, sustainability, technology, and the economy. Tonight, we're celebrating a rich and diverse group of extraordinary people and their accomplishments. What many people don't see is the painstaking research, the countless trials, the late nights and early mornings, the case building and investor pitching, the meticulous planning, ongoing education and outreach, and the heart and soul each of you have poured into a vision to bring it to life. Thank you for relentlessly pursuing your goals, and thank you for being contributors to changing the world for the better. You're an inspiration to our future generations, and celebrating each of you is the least we can do for everything you've done and will do. You make me proud to have chosen a career in STEAM in this province. I would like to thank all of you for your contributions to Nova Scotia science and technology. I'm looking forward to hearing more about the finalists and recipients this evening and seeing where each of you go next on your journey. Now I believe it is time for me to loosen up my tie and get ready to enjoy the rest of tonight's virtual celebration. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, Dr. Strang, for those special remarks and your recognition of Discovery Centre's work in inspiring our next generation of scientists, innovators, and community leaders. I would also like to thank Kaylin Mitchell from CTV for being our Discovery Awards host and for putting his talent to use on different airwaves this evening. But tonight wouldn't be possible without our incredible sponsors. Your commitment to the Discovery Centre and our science community is unwavering, and we're proud to have your support and partnership. First, I would like to thank the Discovery Awards co-presenting sponsors, Dalhousie University and St. Mary's University. You have been our valued partners for 35 years and counting. Thank you. And to our award sponsors, your leadership in our community and province is unparalleled. Thank you to Dalhousie's Faculty of Science and Medicine, Stuart McKelvey, McFarland's and Miko, Medavie, CIBC, and Research Nova Scotia. One of my favorite parts of the evening is the Discovery Demo, sponsored by the amazing CartNav Solutions. We appreciate all your support for the awards year after year. Nova Scotia Power, wow. As you've likely heard, Nova Scotia Power gifted the Discovery Centre facility rent-free for 25 years. They are also a proud sponsor of tonight's Science Challenge. Thank you for everything you've done to make Discovery Centre a destination for families from far and wide. Now I'd like to thank our champion sponsors and friends. They are all huge supporters and valued members of our communities. Special thanks to our champion sponsors: Michelin, Innovacy, Atlantic Digital, Saltwire Network, and our friend sponsor, InnovaCorp. And I can't forget our outstanding media partner, CTV, who produces the amazing award finalist videos that connect us virtually with tonight's finalists and recipients. With the support of these sponsors, we're able to deliver and celebrate all the incredible talent this evening and have been empowered to grow the Discovery Center's community impact with support from the Murphy Foundation. I want to extend a personal thank you to Board Chair Colin Dodds and the entire Board of Directors for your support and countless volunteer hours.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Malcolm Butler, Vice President, Academic and Research at St. Mary's University. St. Mary's is delighted to co-present this evening with Dalhousie University. This is the second virtual Discovery Awards event in the COVID era, an era we hope we're leaving very soon. As we noted last year, these awards focus broadly on Nova Scotia's leadership in research, knowledge mobilization, and communication. Over the past 20 months or so, we've seen the importance of all three. And now, more than ever, we see the importance of effective science communication through science champions. Leaders have emerged on all campuses, indeed in all organizations across the province. Those who have worked to help fight, adapt to, and understand the pandemic, while also carrying on the longer-term research and innovation so important to us all. I think all Nova Scotians, regardless of their affiliations, are proud of the national recognition seen for the work of Dr. Lisa Barrett from Dalhousie, as she educates us all on vaccines, public health, and the broader challenges associated with the pandemic. And I think we're all also so very grateful for Dr. Robert Strang and his thoughtful, patient, and systematic approach to guiding Nova Scotia through the pandemic, achieving outcomes that are the envy of the rest of the country. There's so much for us to be proud of and to celebrate tonight. By creating these awards, the Discovery Centre brings us together. They give us the chance to honor the people who help make Nova Scotia a leader in science and technology innovation. To all of the nominees, congratulations. Thank you, and enjoy the evening. And now we will hear from Dalhousie University.
Hello, my name is Deep Saini, and I am the President and Vice Chancellor of Dalhousie University. It is my distinct pleasure to be part of this celebration of Nova Scotia's outstanding innovators and support the Discovery Centre's mission of providing access to STEAM learning to youth across the province. We at Dalhousie are proud of the collaborative role we play to advance academic excellence, research, and innovation in our region, and we are thrilled to join our friends at St. Mary's University to co-present this year's awards. Partnership with our community is critical to our success as a university, and it is also central to Dalhousie's new strategic plan. It is an honor to be in the company of tonight's attendees and recognize our shared commitment to strengthening our region through innovation. On behalf of Dalhousie University, congratulations to all of this year's honorees, award recipients, and nominees. Your persistence has already made our province a leader in science, technology, and innovation, and your contributions, especially since the onset of the pandemic, have been vital to our country and, in fact, the entire world. Please enjoy this evening's well-earned celebration of your achievements. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Butler and Dr. Sani. And now it's time to honor our first two award recipients, the Youth Award and our Hall of Fame inductee. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Chuck McDonald, the new Dean of Faculty of Science, Dalhousie University, representing this year's Discovery Awards Youth Award sponsor, Dalhousie Faculties of Science and Medicine.
The Youth Award is awarded to a junior or senior high student who has completed a science fair project which has won awards at either the Canada-wide Science Fair or in an international science fair. The award is designed to recognize extraordinary early scientific efforts by young Nova Scotia students and to encourage all students to actively engage in the process of research and innovation by participating in science fairs. This year's recipient is Silas Eastwood, a grade 10 student at Halifax Independent School. He embraces the Discovery Center's mission to bring STEAM to life through fun and interactive learning experiences. Let's take a look at this passionate student in action.
I've always enjoyed learning, and science just leaves so much room for learning, and it's one of my favorite things to do. My project is about developing a reaction wheel for CubeSats. A reaction wheel is simply a device that is used to stabilize and orient a satellite. A satellite is a device that orbits around the Earth. CubeSats are just tiny satellites. CubeSats are used by universities and small organizations to perform space research in a more cost-effective and more standardized way. One of the most efficient ways to stabilize your satellite is through the use of reaction wheels. However, one reaction wheel can exceed the budget of an entire CubeSat program, and a CubeSat needs 3 of them. My goal was to make low-cost reaction wheels that are alternative to the more expensive commercial ones. My project is important because it would be easy to let big companies take the lead in space research, but they don't have an incentive to share their research with anyone else. By keeping space research accessible to everyone, we can all benefit from their efforts. This is amazing. I really wanted to thank the Discovery Center for giving me this award. But even more than that, I wanted to thank the Discovery Center for just being here. I've been coming ever since I was little. The many weekends I spent and the many camps and events I participated in played no small part in my love of science today. The Bernoulli Ball exhibit even provided me a bit of inspiration for my latest space simulator project. I'd also like to thank some of the people who supported me in getting my project to the Canada-wide Science Fair. My science teacher, Heather Donovan, whose tireless efforts to prepare us for the science fair were invaluable. My family, who have always supported my projects, even when they took over the house. And Arad Garagosli and the rest of the team at the Dalhousie Space Systems Labs for giving me the opportunity to join their Loris CubeSat project. And finally, I'd like to mention a few role models who gave me some inspiration along the way. Canadian astronaut Colonel Chris Hadfield, who gave me an ISS guitar pick when I was 8, and Dr. Farah Alabay, NASA systems engineer, who recently flew a helicopter on Mars. Thanks again.
Wow, Silas, we'd like to thank you for your enthusiasm and mindfulness around research and accessibility. You, such as yourself, keep pushing us towards scientific excellence and accountability. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce this year's Discovery Awards Hall of Fame inductee. The Hall of Fame was originally developed with 2 objectives in mind: to recognize a present or former Nova Scotian who has made an outstanding lifetime contribution to society through scientific and technological discovery and invention, and to identify exceptional individuals as role models for young Nova Scotians considering careers in science and technology. Thank you to our Hall of Fame sponsors, McFarland's and MECO. This year's Discovery Awards Science Hall of Fame inductee is Dr. Noni MacDonald. Dr. MacDonald is a professor of pediatrics and former Dean of Medicine at Dalhousie University, the first woman in Canada to hold such a position. Dr. MacDonald has had a prolific research career as an infectious disease specialist and vaccinologist. She has been a key consultant and advisor to the World Health Organization on immunization for over 20 years and has played an important role in the fight against COVID-19. In addition to her scientific contributions, Dr. MacDonald is a passionate global health advocate. She is a truly inspirational leader in the medical community in Canada and internationally, and a most worthy inductee into the Hall of Fame.
I have in my entire academic life gotten up and been energized to go to do something to address a problem that needed to be fixed, to look after a patient that maybe I could make a difference in their life, to talk to a parent when the end was near in sight for their child and know that I could help them get through this terrible event. And making a difference is what my parents brought me up to believe in. You know, when you're at medical school, everything looks so interesting and it's very hard to choose. But pediatrics really meant something to me in that, first of all, if you can really improve the health outcomes for a child, they're going to live another 50, 60, 70 years. My undergraduate degree is in microbiology and my master's degree is in microbiology immunology. So it just made sense after I'd finished my pediatric training to do pediatric infectious diseases, and it felt like coming home. It's about all of the issues around germs and bacteria and all of that, and viruses and how they affect us and how we can save people's lives by correctly making the diagnosis, doing the right interventions, doing them in a timely fashion, and also working on prevention, which is where vaccines come in. When I was offered the post to be Dean of Medicine, I really felt that faculties of medicine needed to be accountable to the taxpayers and the society that they were serving, and that we needed to listen to them and address their needs, the social accountability aspect. And at the time, and I'm not exaggerating, they almost laughed me out of the room. I really felt we needed to be accountable to the society that we were serving, and that's part of what you do as a physician. And it's now an accreditation standard for faculties of medicine across the country. Microresearch is one of those things that just came out of nowhere. We had gone to Africa as a very small part of a big IDRC grant that we were to try to grow research capacity at Embarrere University of Science and Technology for the Faculty of Medicine. It was a tiny little piece. We've trained over 1,100 people, more than 150 projects that are up and running and questions being answered. 42 of them have been finished, many publications, and they've changed health policy and practice in these countries. And then it was so good that the Nova Scotia Health Authority and the IWK Health Authority asked us, why are you not doing this in Nova Scotia? So we've moved it to Nova Scotia as well. I really have set out my entire academic career to solve problems that I saw, things that needed to get fixed. My family made all the difference for me. I had a heavy job to do, and every time when I would go home at night, there would be my husband and our 2 kids, and I think that was my life saving for that. So I could have had the most horrible, difficult, hard day at work, and I came home to something else. I came home to restore my soul. I was totally surprised when I received the email to say that I was going to be given this award by the Discovery Center for the Wall of Fame. This is not something I had ever anticipated receiving. It's a great honor to be on that wall with so many other great scientists from Nova Scotia, and it was just a surprise. One never expects these kinds of awards. It's not something that you apply for. It's something that's given, and when it's given by people who know you as a person, who know you across your life, it becomes even more important than when you're given it and it's something that you expected to receive, like an award for a great paper that you wrote or something like that. This is far different. This is like colleagues and friends saying, you deserve this for the work that you've done. I've never done that work for any kinds of accolades, but I did the work because I thought it needed to be done. And to be recognized that I've done a good job doing that really means something to me.
Congratulations, Dr. McDonald. We're thrilled to welcome you to the Discovery Awards Hall of Fame. I think we can all agree that this has been a truly inspiring evening so far. All right, it's time for the Nova Scotia Power Science Challenge. The Discovery Center team is excited to bring this challenge to you virtually. Get ready to test your scientific know-how. Good luck.
Thanks, Kaylin, and congratulations to this year's honorees and Youth Award winner. Truly inspired. My name is Jillian Phillips, and I'm Discovery Center's Coordinator of Science Education. I work with a team of talented educators to develop and deliver fun, curriculum-connected programs aimed at promoting STEAM literacy throughout Nova Scotia and to remote regions of Canada. Today, I'm happy to put your science know-how to the test with the always fun, always tough Nova Scotia Power Science Challenge. We have 4 multiple-choice questions coming up, touching on everything from archaeology to gastronomy. You'll have about 10 seconds to answer via the on-screen polls and the scorecard included in your box so you can keep track at home. Remember to share your results with others with the hashtag Discovery Awards. Okay, here's our first question. A new dating method has helped scientists find an exact year that the Vikings visited Lonzo Meadows in Newfoundland. The team looked for evidence of a known event captured in the tree rings from wood used at the site. What was this event? A, the Little Ice Age. B, a volcanic eruption. C, a meteorite impact. Or D, a solar storm. The answer is D. Studying wood marked by iron Viking blades, scientists looked for a year with a signature spike in carbon-14. This spike was caused by an intense solar storm that was recorded or absorbed by trees all over the world in the year 993. From there, they counted the tree rings to find when it was chopped down, 1,000 years ago in 1021. Let's see how everyone responded. Not bad for the first round. Now, on to question 2. Which conifer tree contributes to Nova Scotia's brilliant palette of fall colors by turning yellow every October? A, the balsam fir. B, the tamarack. C, the white spruce. Or D, the red spruce. The answer is B. Tamarack, larch, or hatmatak are some of the many names for this tree. The name tamarack is thought to come from an Algonquian word meaning wood used for snowshoes. Unlike these other conifers, green chlorophyll fades from tamarack needles every autumn, allowing the bright yellow carotene to show through before they fall away. Let's review your results for question 2. Okay, folks, sharpen your pencils and get ready for question number 3. Carbon dioxide is the most abundant greenhouse gas in Earth's atmosphere emitted by human activity. But it isn't the only one. What are the other 2 gases that make up most of Canada's greenhouse gas emissions? A, ammonia and ozone. B, nitrous oxide and methane. C, methane and sulfur dioxide. Or D, argon and nitrogen. The answer is B. Methane and nitrous oxide are molecule for molecule more powerful greenhouse gases than CO2. Fortunately, we emit them in smaller amounts. Nitrous oxide is released in soil management and in chemical industries. Methane escapes from the oil and gas industry as well as from the digestive process of ruminants, or less scientifically, cows passing gas. Here are your responses. All right, Now on to question 4, and it's a spicy one. The Scoville heat unit is named after Wilbur Scoville, who invented a test to measure the pungency and heat of chili peppers in 1912. Nowadays, we use modern chemistry, but originally, to rate a pepper, they would grind it up, mix it with sugar water, and have it tried by brave testers. Then the solution was diluted until they couldn't detect any heat, with the number of dilutions giving the pepper its score. What is the Guinness World Record holding hottest pepper based on the Scoville scale? Is it A, the Carolina Reaper pepper, B, the ghost pepper, C, the Trinidad scorpion pepper, or D, the Komodo dragon pepper? The answer is A. The hottest Carolina Reaper pepper in a 2017 Guinness World Records test registered 2,200,000 units on the Scoville scale. To help put this number into perspective, the jalapeno tops out at a mere 8,000 Scoville heat units. Let's see how many got that one. Nice work, everyone! That was the last question of this segment, but not the last for the evening. We'll have one final challenge after our experiments later in the show, so please stay tuned. Many thanks to our friends at Nova Scotia Power, to our viewers and supporters for playing along, and now, back to the awards.
That was a lot of fun. Let us know in the chat how you did at home. Thank you to the Discovery Center team and to Nova Scotia Power for tonight's Science Challenge. I'm looking forward to seeing what's in store for us at the end of the evening with the CartNav Discovery Demo. It is now time to introduce 12 innovative professionals and their incredible accomplishments in areas of science and technology innovation. An independent judging panel reviews the submitted nominations for the Discovery Awards and is tasked with the difficult job of selecting the top 3 finalists for each of our 4 award categories. The 2021 selections were particularly challenging due to the impressive quality of nominations received. Are you celebrating someone who was nominated tonight? Share in the comments. As a reminder, you can view bios in the printed program or on the event platform. Now, let's meet all the finalists. The 2021 Discovery Awards, finalists for Professional of Distinction, sponsored by Stuart McKelvey.
I spent 30 years of my career at Dalhousie University, and my background is nursing. What really inspired me to get involved in research and development is the opportunity to work with Nova Scotians. Good research is really critical for Nova Scotians in order to keep them healthy, and when they're not so healthy, to get them through that. The work that I'm involved in Nova Scotia might surprise people to know that we are cutting edge in this province on many fronts. Things like oncology care, hematology, and mental health, to name a few.
Everyone should be interested in seaweeds because they provide the forest in which gives protection and food to young animals and young plants all along the coastline. In other words, they are your nearshore nursery. And I would point out that seaweed cultivation throughout the world is a multi-billion-dollar a year industry. I get joy out of seeing other people following up on work that I and my colleagues have done over many years.
The research in my lab is focused on evolutionary developmental biology, which is the merger of the field of paleontology, the study of fossils, merging with the field of developmental biology, the study of embryos. What people may not know about the vertebrate skeleton is that many organisms have bones within their eyeballs. Humans don't have these bones, but many other animals do. These ocular skeletons is a primary focus in my research group, and we're the only lab internationally that studies this particular part of the skeleton. The thing that I really enjoy about being a scientist is training the students to become scientists and to think like a scientist.
Good evening. I'm Matt Newell, a partner with Stuart McKelvey. On behalf of Stuart McKelvey, I am pleased to announce the recipient of the 2021 Professional of Distinction Award is Gail Tomlin Murphy. Congratulations, Gail.
Wow, this is amazing. I am just truly honored and thrilled to be the recipient of this award. I've spent most of my career actually working with people and clinicians in many countries to find the very best solutions to improve healthcare. And it's because of the team. It's only because of the team that I'm here today as a recipient of this award. Thank you very much, and I am just honored.
The 2021 Discovery Awards, finalists for Emerging Professional, sponsored by Research Nova Scotia.
I'm interested in the first 1,000 days, which is the period from conception through to 2 years. This is a really critical period for growth and development. I study nutrition in this period. I'm really interested in thiamine deficiency. This causes a disease that's potentially fatal. It's called beriberi. So I'm trying to fortify salt to try and bring thiamine into the mom's diet so that it reaches the baby and prevents this disease. I'm also interested in feeding know and understanding the relationship between mom and baby. We know that if mom's really responsive to her baby during that time, it can encourage the development of hunger and satiation cues that can follow that child through the rest of their life.
We are developing the next generation of cancer treatment options called cancer immunotherapies. These cancer immunotherapies train your own immune system to identify and kill cancers. To develop this next generation of cancer immunotherapies, we use new technologies like cancer-killing viruses or cancer drugs that can be only activated by certain wavelength of light so that there will be less toxicities. We are working on a global initiative called Philanthropy Without Borders to produce affordable cancer immunotherapies for all.
My research is in the area of persuasive technology. Persuasive technology has to do with designing technologies to promote social and public goods, to empower people, help them to achieve goals and objectives that are important to them and their communities. This technology can be applied in solving many real-life problems. I really love the fact that I have the opportunity to do exactly what I love to do, using my research to contribute to the society, empowering people and making the world a better place.
Good evening. I'm Stefan Leslie, the CEO of Research Nova Scotia. On behalf of Research Nova Scotia, I'm very pleased to announce the recipient of the 2021 Emerging Professional Award. This year's winner is Rita O.G. Congratulations, Rita.
I feel really thrilled and honored to be receiving this year's Emerging Professional Award. First of all, I would want to thank the Discovery Center for putting this award together. My students who are really talented and super motivated, doing all the background work that makes this possible. I also want to thank the Faculty of Computer Science for nominating me, especially Rebecca and Rob, who did all the background work. And lastly, I would want to thank my collaborators who actually worked with me, making this amazing research possible. Thank you.
The 2021 Discovery Awards, finalists for innovation, sponsored by Medivie.
Science is the knowledge and the pathway to innovating and making something. We utilized our expertise in material science to develop this sustainable coating. Our solution is a marine coating that's free of biocides, and it gives you performance advantages such as reduction of fuel, reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, and it's sustainable in every way. We're doing something good for the environment. When you think about something, it becomes a reality if you push towards it.
Patients receive state-of-the-art technology for their cancer treatment. However, they often require accessories that are fabricated from things like towels, gauze, hot wax. Our technology replaces this. Our solution uses CT images to digitally create in software an object which is ultimately 3D printed as an accessory device for the patient treatment. Adaptive is proud because we have leading cancer centers around the world using our solutions every day to treat patients.
Masquiomi Nananinen. Masquiomi is a company that uses traditional Mi'kmaq medicine to treat skin conditions in folks.
Many people have severe skin conditions, and our bark extract helps. We use the bark extract and formulate that into creams and soaps. Some have suffered for decades, and now they see dramatic improvements.
This gives us great joy knowing that our products are sold with ethical commercialization in mind.
Good evening, I'm Venki Kulkarni, Chief Technology Officer and Managing Director of our digital business at Medavie. On behalf of Medavie, I'm pleased to announce the recipient of the 2021 Innovation Award. And the recipient is Masquiomin Company. Congratulations to Matthias and Duma.
Well, Aliek, Dantel Wigabaliek, well, that's up to you. Who's messing me good Wigabal took think. Well, that's up to you. Down in Gacy, Garden, say, twisting me now, and well, that's up to you. Chidim said when, I could work, said when, well, Aliek.
Thank you very much for this prestigious award. We're overjoyed by this, and we'd like to thank all the many people who actually made this effort for our company and where we're at with Masquiomin. It's the member two in the community, it's our research collaborators, the students, as well as funding agencies and helpers that get us along here. Thank you so much for this award.
Well, Aliek.
The 2021 Discovery Awards, finalists for Science Champion, sponsored by CIBC.
Supernova is a non-for-profit organization at Dalhousie University that does science, technology, engineering, and math outreach programming for youth ages P to 12. Since I started at the program 6 years ago, Supernova has grown dramatically. I was inspired to promote STEM to young women and youth because I actually attended Supernova as a child and I thought it seemed like a really worthwhile goal. It's important to promote STEM to young women because they are typically underrepresented in STEM careers. So by providing specific STEM outreach programming to young women, we can help them to see themselves in those careers in the future.
The ocean science field is very important. They cover 70% of the planet, provide us with oxygen, absorb our carbon emissions, regulate our climate. It's all interconnected. Without a healthy ocean, human survival would not be possible. The X-Oceans program is based on hands-on STEM activities and experiential learning, during which youth get to explore marine touch tanks and interact with live organisms that can only be seen while scuba diving. So it brings me great joy to see youth interested in marine life and biodiversity.
I'm an infectious diseases doctor. I see patients as a clinician and I'm a researcher. And during this pandemic, the things that have helped us begin to get control and to save lives have been vaccines, collaboration in research, and developing clinical expertise. The desire to provide good information to people in a timely and immediate way was very important to me. It was very much what inspired me, was to bring some peace and comfort where we could in a pandemic.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Mike Bagnall. I'm Vice President and Region Head for CIBC's commercial banking business. On behalf of all of our CIBC employees in Atlantic, I'm pleased to announce the recipient of the 2021 Science Champion Award. The winner is Lisa Barrett. Congratulations, Lisa.
Good evening, everyone, and many thanks for having these Discovery Awards in such a COVID-safe virtual way for yet another year. Not quite the same, but happy we're doing it this way. I'd love to say thank you, and I'm incredibly honored to be receiving this Science Champion Award. Thank you to the Discovery Center, to Dalhousie University, to St. Mary's University, and to the folks who nominated me for this award. I was not expecting it, but I'm incredibly grateful. To the other two finalists in this category, Alexandra Fenton and Regina Kotze, I am so honored to be in this category with you, two women who promote science, generate science across many platforms for different age groups, and advocate for better science communication. So a true honor to be in this category with them. Knowledge is power, and I believe that. And this COVID pandemic offered the opportunity for me to continue to do science communication in a bigger and different way than I had previously done, more in an academic setting. I am passionate about it, and I do believe that science communication is a responsibility that we all have, and I've been exceptionally grateful to have that job in some ways throughout the last couple of years. So thank you very much for this acknowledgement. It is an award that I will hold near and dear to my heart, and I take with it the responsibility of continuing to develop new, different, and more innovative ways for us to communicate science to the general public and to our colleagues so that we can all grow together. So thank you so much for the time that you've just let me have and for this award. Many thanks.
Congratulations to all finalists and winners this evening. I would also like to thank the Discovery Center for making it a priority to celebrate the accomplishments of those working hard to make our world a better place through scientific and technological advances like we've seen here tonight. It's almost time for us to close out this evening's awards ceremony, but not before the CartNav Discovery demo. You should have received supplies and instructions in your at-home delivery. Now it's time to source a couple of items from your kitchen. All you need is a large, clear glass filled with warm water and a spoon. Everything else you'll need for the experiment is in this bag. The Discovery Center team will now lead you through the CartNav Discovery demo. Be sure to share the highlights in the chat.
Thanks, Kaylin, and congratulations to all of the inspiring finalists and winners. I'm Nicole Jessup, a staff scientist at the Discovery Center, and I work in our Ocean Gallery, engaging with folks about our local ocean ecosystems and waterways, bringing important topics like climate change and ocean pollution to the forefront of their Discovery Center visit. Tonight, I'm very excited to be leading our CartNav Discovery demo. We're excited, as always, to have a fun, hands-on science activity as a part of the awards. It really embodies what we do here at the Discovery Center every day. So let's start off by gathering our materials. In your bag of supplies that we provided, you'll find a pipette, a bamboo stir stick, a pair of tweezers, and a vial of this green liquid, along with this container of white granules. As Kaylin mentioned, you'll also need a few things from the kitchen, so you'll want to grab a spoon and a clear glass filled with warm water. Now that we have our materials ready to go, you may be wondering, what are we going to be doing? Well, our two materials here really are the stars of the show. Our green liquid is a solution of sodium alginate. This typically comes in powder form, like this, but we've pre-mixed it for you so it's all ready to go. We've also used some green food coloring to make it easier to see the reaction that will be happening, and because everything is more fun with a bit of color. But what is sodium alginate? Well, it's a substance extracted from seaweed or macroalgae, hence the name alginate. Types of brown seaweed, like this kelp or this rockweed, have naturally occurring alginic acid in them. When we extract it, we get alginate. Now, not only is this fun for science experiments, it's also a common ingredient in the food industry. Alginate is used as a thickening and emulsifying agent in foods like salad dressing, juices, and even ice cream. Now, as for these granules, this is calcium chloride, a type of salt. Everything we're using here is actually food safe. It just won't taste very good. We're going to get started with our first step by adding a generous sprinkle of this into our warm water. You don't have to add the whole container, just about half will do, and you can save the rest of this if you want to repeat this experiment later on. So we'll grab our stir stick and start mixing until it's mostly dissolved. There might still be some small chunks at the bottom, and that's okay, as long as you have the majority mixed in. All right, next we're going to grab our pipette and draw up some of our sodium alginate. As we do this, notice again the consistency of the substance. It's very fluid, it draws up easily, and as far as we can tell, it is a liquid. Now into our glass, you're going to add the alginate carefully, 1 drop at a time. What do you notice? Is the green mixing in with the calcium chloride solution? It doesn't seem to be, but let's take our spoon and take a closer look. All right, we'll grab some of the alginate here, and you'll notice that it is no longer a liquid. It has transformed instantly into this little gel sphere. As soon as it came into contact with the calcium chloride solution, it was no longer acting as a free-flowing liquid. Okay, let's draw up some more of the alginate. And this time we're going to squeeze it into the glass in one steady stream. Go ahead, try it out and see what happens. Look, we've created these super fun jelly alginate worms. Let's grab our tweezers and see how it looks. How cool! This happens because a reaction takes place between the calcium ions in the solution and the alginate. To visualize this better, let's grab a paperclip. Let's pretend this paperclip is a single molecule. Instead of being made up of individual molecules, alginate is made up of polymers, or chains of molecules. These polymer chains are long and flowy, just like our liquid alginate solution. When the alginate comes into contact with calcium ions, our white paperclip, our polymer chains cross-link, creating this tangle of chains. What we see as a result of this is this really cool gel. So that is my experiment for you tonight, folks. I'd like to say a big thank you to CartNav for supporting this activity. If you have some extra materials, I encourage you to repeat this experiment with a budding young scientist and spark their curiosity. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. And now let's head back to Jillian for our final challenge question.
Thanks, Nicole, for that fun and slimy demonstration. Now for our final challenge. Macrocystis pyrifera, or giant kelp, is one of the main sources of commercial sodium alginate. A Pacific species that thrives in cooler waters, giant kelp only grow for about 7 years before falling to winter storms or grazing. How big can they grow in this relatively short time? Is it A, 9 meters, or approximately 30 feet? B, 18 meters, or approximately 59 feet? C, 32 meters, or approximately 105 feet? Or D, 65 meters, or 213 feet? The answer is D. Giant kelp regularly grow over 35 meters tall, and the largest on record measured 65 meters, rivaling some of the tallest tree species found on land, despite their short lifespan. Giant kelp is one of the fastest growing species on Earth, and in good conditions can grow up to 60 centimeters in a single day. Here's how everyone answered. And remember to show us how you answered by sharing your scorecard on social media with the hashtag Discovery Awards. Thanks again for playing and experimenting along with us. And now, over to our President and CEO, Dov Brkovicki.
Thank you for taking part in the CartNav Discovery Demo and Nova Scotia Power Science Challenge. I can't wait to see your results on social. What another incredible Discovery Awards. I'm always inspired by the amazing innovators and such diverse and rich talent we have paving the way for science and technology in our province. Before we end the awards with a Discovery Center video, I wanted to touch on our own game-changing initiative and how you can get involved. Discovery Center is working with our partners at RedSpace to develop an exciting mobile game experience that will engage up to 1 million children and youth across Canada in the science of vaccines and why they are so important to our health. We are proud to have received an incredible $100,000 gift from the TELUS Friendly Future Foundation, and just this month, another $100,000 gift from Pfizer Canada to bring this free, innovative experience to reality. Now, we are asking you to help bring it home by making a donation to this one-of-a-kind experience that will have a major impact on youth science literacy nationwide. You can make a donation by visiting the discoverycenter.ca, clicking the Donate button at the bottom of the page, and under Choose a Fund, select Why Immunize. You can also contact me directly to learn more. There's only one Dove at the Discovery Center. Once again, thank you for joining us virtually for the 2021 Discovery Awards and for helping celebrate the passionate and awe-inspiring finalists and recipients we had in our 19th year. I'm already looking forward to celebrating our milestone 20th year with all of you, hopefully live and in person. Thank you on behalf of the Discovery Center Board of Directors and staff for your support, and we hope to see you in the center soon. Have a great evening, everyone, and remember, stay curious.